It's the morning weather briefing. This is for Tuesday, the 19th of August. This is James Spann. Hot weather continues to headline the forecast today and tomorrow. However, later this week, heat levels come down, rain coverage going up, and next week we might see a breath of fresh air, a cooler continental air mass that might get a few spots in the upper 50s by the middle part of next week. That's a good thing for August. Here we go. This is the upper air look, and again, we have a firm ridge in place across the southern two-thirds of the country, and that means the weather probably not changing much today. There's basically nothing on radar. Closest showers to Alabama early this morning, a few isolated showers on the Georgia-South Carolina border well to the east. 70s this morning, highs back in the 90s today, and like yesterday, parts of the state under a heat advisory. The counties in orange on that map. That's where the heat index might reach 105, but understand everybody will be hot and humid today. Heat advisories cover much of the lower Mississippi Valley, also parts of the southwest United States, and a few counties up north. So here's the severe weather outlook for today. We have a low-end marginal risk of severe storms from near Oklahoma City, Oklahoma to Columbus, Ohio. Tomorrow, a marginal risk over parts of North Dakota, and pretty much the same thing on day 3, which is Thursday. A marginal risk over parts of the Dakotas and Minnesota. Here's a look at rain for the next 7 days, valid through Tuesday morning of next week for most of the state. Rain amounts in the 1 to 2 inch range, 1/2 to 1 inch for the Tennessee Valley. But let's spend some time on the tropics. Things getting a little active. We have the wave train underway, which we expect here in August. This is the peak of the hurricane season. We have Erin, the hurricane that is east of the Bahamas. We have a wave in the middle of the Atlantic and a new wave coming off the coast of Africa. And again, this is, what we expect this time of the year. Of course, we'll talk about Erin in just a second. We'll take a look at that the wave in the central Atlantic. The Hurricane Center giving this a 60% chance of developing as it moves west-northwest for the rest of this week. But the confidence is increasing that this wave, if it develops, will be turning north well before reaching the United States and probably east of the turn that Erin made. This is the new ensemble output from the reliable European global model. And, of course, you can see Erin's track, the red lines on that map. The new wave, those are the blue and green lines on the map. And notice the turn is far, far east of the United States, and not a single member, you got 51 ensemble members, not a single member has it remotely close to the Gulf and remotely close to the United States. And understand this could change, but when you see all 51 members in good agreement with the north turn like that, that's pretty high confidence. So it sure looks like the Gulf, it's going to stay very quiet for the rest of August, which is a really good thing because we all know we can have really, really nasty hurricanes this time of the year. So there's Erin, and clearly the system is not as organized as it was yesterday. In fact, the winds have come way down to 115 miles per hour based on reconnaissance reports. Of course, at the peak, we had winds of 160 back on Saturday. So again, sustained winds 115 miles per hour. Moving northwest at 7. And again, there's just basically no change in the forecast track. This will continue to slowly weaken. The wind velocities come down, passing between the Outer Banks of North Carolina and Bermuda on Thursday, and then hooking out to sea. And again, on the pass near the Outer Banks, winds 110, 115 miles an hour. But as the wind velocities are down, the wind radius will be increasing, which means, of course, up and down the east coast of the United States, there'll be huge waves and a high rip current danger with this. But again, you can clearly see that it stays offshore and then heads out as a post-tropical system in 5 days in the cooler water of the North Atlantic. So model fans, here we go. GFS, 06C run, 4 o'clock today. Big upper high well to the west. That's the really peak of the heat out there. And down here, the weather today will be much like yesterday. Lots of sunshine and a few small spotty showers and storms this afternoon, but probably not many. That's the high-res HERV valid this evening at 6 o'clock. Highs in the mid-90s for most spots. This is tomorrow, pretty much the same thing, although there's evidence we will see an increase in the number of showers and storms. That's the high-res HER tomorrow evening at 6 o'clock. Showing quite a few showers and storms, and again, as the rain chances come up, as the ridge breaks down, the heat levels come down. But I do think many spots will still see low to mid-90s tomorrow. This is Thursday. Same thing. We'll see scattered showers and storms about, highs dropping to near 90. And then by Friday, many spots could stay below 90, highs in the upper 80s with a number of showers and thunderstorms around. And this is Saturday as the weekend begins. It's not going to rain all day, but a few passing showers and thunderstorms are likely. Highs mid to upper 80s in most spots. More clouds than sun. And the same thing on Sunday. Mid to upper 80s. Some sun, but a pretty decent chance of a passing shower or storm. And then look at here. Monday evidence we might get into some drier continental air early in the week. How about that? Let's go to a week from today. This is Tuesday, August 26th. And look at that trough. Come on now. That's outstanding. And again, notice that new tropical feature is turning north in response to that. There's no way a hurricane would get into the Gulf with that kind of a pattern. And again, we are into some really, really refreshing air on Tuesday of next week. And again, that could push a few of the cooler pockets of the upper 50s, maybe by the middle part of next week. And again, that's pretty remarkable for August. Let's look at the precipitable water on Tuesday of next week. Yes, sir, that's looking good. In fact, we'll kind of take a closer look. You can see those shades of brown and blue and green pushing into the state. That represents very dry air. How about that? So a little hint of fall in the air by the middle of next week. Let's keep going. This is 10 days out. This is Thursday, August 28th. Same thing, broad troughing over the east. And again, we are in a very pleasant air mass. There could be a couple of days for North Alabama with highs in the low 80s and lows in the upper 50s. That'll do it for most folks, I think. That'll feel like fall, which is appropriate because high school football begins this Friday. This is a look at rain for the next 15 days coming off the European Global, the AI version, the ensemble. The mean between 1 and 1.5 inches. Temperatures after tomorrow trend downward. The NBM has 94 today and tomorrow, but by Wednesday of next week, look at the high of 82, and that's with the sun out. That's 10 degrees below average, and lows well down in the 60s. And again, this is for the middle of the state. There could be a few spots in North Alabama with upper 50s by the middle of next week. Latest long-range guidance, August 26th through September 1st. Temperatures below average from North Alabama north, maybe a little above average for the Gulf Coast, but probably not by much. Man, oh man, what a good-looking sunset last night. The sunsets have been stunning this summer. I mean, just gorgeous. And we had a few little spotty showers around, but what happens, it leaves convective debris, and you need those high clouds to make for a great sunset, and we certainly had that last night. Wouldn't mind being out there in that boat fishing, watching the sun going down. That's outstanding. Good old summer days here in the Deep South. Just glorious. All right, let's check the schedule. Today going to be at Deer Valley Elementary School in Hoover for a weather program there. Then I'll be at the AIDB campus in Birmingham. That's the Alabama Institute for the Deaf and Blind for a program there. Thursday, going to be doing a program for Tuscaloosa County EMA, the Emergency Management Agency. And then Friday, going to be at Hayden Elementary School in Blount County. As the school weather programs are ticking up, it's that time of the year. And don't forget, you can watch us on the traditional television side this evening, ABC 3340 News. And we thank everybody, all of you, for watching the all-new Alabama Weather Network. We're delighted to be here, and again, statewide coverage. Thankfully, things are quiet now, but when things start to rock and roll, if we got a tornado warning for any county in the state, doesn't matter where you live, we will be on the air with live coverage with good resources. So thanks for watching. Have a marvelous Tuesday, and God bless.